Let's see, it's showing an excellent connection this time. So let's see if we get anybody in here. This isn't really an episode of For the Love of Jerky. This is just me hanging out with you guys. So, it shows that somebody's in here watching. Who do we got in here? Or did somebody just stop by and drop a like and disappear? And I still have no idea how to use this Streamlabs or whatever and get somebody else up on here over the phone. Maybe someday I'll figure that out. Let's see, is anybody gonna show? And if you guys haven't seen my newest video on my primary channel, I went up on the Grand Mesa and there was all kinds of good edible wild mushrooms up there. Some I wasn't familiar with, but there was a bunch of like king boletes and aspen boletes, as well as hawkswings. And of course there was a bunch of Amanita muscarias out there as well, but those aren't really edible. A little surprised. Kind of figured we'd have somebody in here by now. Rather than just swinging in and leaving. I'd like to figure out how to. I just don't know how to get. Don't know if I can with just the non-paid version. I might not be able to get anybody else up here. Figured I'd at least get Tupac in chat. Maybe I'll send him a message. And see if I can still be streaming. Eh, I guess that actually worked. So apparently if I'm in Streamlabs, I can, on my phone, I can still text and still be on Streamlabs. So that's interesting to know. It looks like we got somebody else in chat. David Carlisle. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, Dave's not here, man. Yeah, no, he's over at a friend's house for the night, so I figured, what the hell, he's not going to stream when he's here, so I might as well stream without him. Start getting used to it. What you up to, David? Yeah, it was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was like, why not? There's nobody else live streaming, so I was like, I'll go ahead and go on a live stream for a little bit. See if anybody is interested in hanging out and chatting. So I don't know, maybe something else is going on YouTube that I just don't know about. Because I figured we'd have at least a couple people in here. Anything you want to talk about, David? No, I tell you, I got my auction wins from Silver Life's auction the other day. And I absolutely love this 2-ounce platypus round. Or coin, actually. That 2-ounce platypus, I think, is freaking awesome. Oh, really? Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, I was having an issue with that. It wasn't wanting me to get on this stream, and I had to create another one. And then when I restarted, it put me onto this title, and I'm like, okay. So, let me see if I can figure out how to cancel the other stream. So, yeah, if you would, David, if anybody's in there, here, let me just go ahead and make you a mod, David. That way, grab the link to this stream, if you would, and drop it in the other channel, or in the other stream. Because I'm going to go and see if I can't cancel that other stream. I just don't know where. So I got to try to figure out how to cancel that other channel, or that other one. Let's see, shorts, live. Okay, the Dave's not here one. That's the one I need to delete. So yeah, David Carlisle, if you would, please send them the link to this. And I'm going to try to cancel that one as soon as I can figure out how to do it. Okay. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to end that stream. Because, yeah, it's showing me live in 2 different streams. and it won't let me delete it for some reason. Huh. Okay, maybe I can do it here. Okay, now David Carlisle, if you will, drop the link for this stream, and I will end the other one. Oh, and I see we even had Candy in there. We had Tupac in there. Dang. Rebel Rose was in there. Yeah, sorry about that, Tupac. For some reason, it did both streams. I tried doing the one stream, and then it didn't let me do it, and it said something was wrong, and so I had to create a new one, and somehow they both wound up going live at the same time. I don't know how it worked, but... Hopefully Candy Hall and Rebel Rose and everybody will refresh since I canceled that stream and see that I'm live on this one. Hopefully. Right now it's showing me 4 people in here, and I see David Carlisle and I see Tupac. I'm afraid of what would happen if I refresh. Let me refresh this real quick and see if anybody else shows up in my chat. And yeah, Tupac, with this Streamlabs, I don't know how to get somebody else up on here. There's Candy Hall. But yeah, I don't know how to get somebody else up on here to join me on Streamlabs. Oh, Candy, I was showing off earlier my new favorite coin. Just got this off of Silver Life. It's a 2-ounce platypus coin. I was like, what? Platypus? I was like, I've got to have it. I think it's a really cool coin. I've missed you, Candy Hall. Yeah, if there was a few more people in here, I'd actually throw up a Roman coin or something as a giveaway, but we've only got 2 people in here, so that wouldn't really work out too well. And hopefully like Rebel Rose and the couple of other people that were on the other stream show up. Ah, okay, Tupac. Maybe sometime I'll try to set up a camera linked to the laptop that I've got and try to do it online and see if we can, or on a computer rather than my phone, and see if we can do it that way. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Candy. I'm pretty proud of my car, though. I'll tell you that much. I bought a wrecked car off of Craigslist for $400. A guy hit a deer, and I put about $600 worth of parts and a day's worth of labor into it. I've got me a good running car. I appreciate that, David. Yeah, Tupac, for some reason, the concurrent viewers type stuff, it always seems to be off by one. Seems like there's always at least one extra person in chat than what it shows. Because I've noticed that a lot when I'm in chat and I'm seeing like 38 people in chat and the people that are streaming say there's 37. It's like, I see 38. Yeah, Candy Hall, it's awesome. I could probably turn around and sell the car for about $5,000 right now. But I don't want to. It's going to be a good car for quite a while. Hello, Silver Keeper. Welcome. It's just a hangout. Pretty much anything goes in chat. You know, unless you're being abusive or, overtly racist or, you got to keep it somewhat within line. But other than that, on this channel, we can say whatever we want. Hello, Roseanne. Just hanging out, smoking some weed, drinking a tequila sunrise. Really enjoying my new 2-ounce Australian coin. 4.9's fine that I got off of Silverlife's channel. I can't believe the price I got on that. This 2-ounce coin for only $62. That's insane. I mean, people were sleeping on that. But I'm glad they were sleeping. I got me a nice coin there. I like that one. Because, I mean, it's a platypus. That's like the most screwed up creature on the earth. Duck-billed, poisonous, mammal, lays eggs? The fuck? I mean, literally, the platypus had been created. It was like, God got done creating everything, and he was like, well, let's see what we got left. Platypus. Kanye Friday, welcome. Just a little hanging out tonight. In fact, give me just a second. I gotta make a new tequila sunrise. Now, the good tequila sunrise, you need about 35% tequila and about 65% orange juice. And I guess it's technically not a tequila sunrise because I prefer to make them without grenadine. Grenadine just makes it a little too sweet for my taste, so I usually make them without grenadine. But yeah, no, I'll take this glass and I'll fill it up to here with tequila. And then orange juice. So what's everybody doing tonight? David Carlisle, what the fuck's it matter if Roseanne's here? I'll cuss. She can't stop me. And I ain't the one she's trying to get a ring from, so I ain't got no worries. A tart cherry juice. Hmm. That that might be interesting. 'Cause, I mean, if Roseanne was looking at me for a ring, she knows I got one. I only know her here on YouTube, so. And she accuses me of being a Google moderator and everything, so I just don't know if she's worthy of getting that ring. She'd have to prove that. I'm joking, Roseanne. Oh, fuck. Did I say fuck? Fuck. Oh, well. I'm not a Google mod, Roseanne, okay? I'm a real person. But I was raised in a very religious household. And when somebody says family friendly, and I'm a mod for them, I'm going to make sure it stays family friendly. Well, hey, John Farkas already knows. I've shown him. You know, you've all seen it. But then again, John Farkas knows you, and I really don't. I know you as a person in chat, so that'd take a lot of work for it to actually really get to that point. And no, John just needs to get off his ass and get you a ring. I understand that, Roseanne. You guys are both quite committed in that relationship. And it sounds like you are being absolutely wonderful helping him through his hard times right now. I mean, I think pretty much in everybody's opinion, and probably even in your friends and family's opinion, you guys are already married. You just haven't taken that step. But I think everybody sees it. Just John needs to get off his ass and get you a ring. And it doesn't have to be anything special. It's just a symbol. You know, ring's just a symbol. It just, I mean, fuck. Go get one at a rock shop or something cool. You know, something that's just made out of some type of rock, or doesn't have to be a diamond and gold. The intent is the intent. Eventually you can upgrade if you want to, but beyond that, a ring doesn't make shit. It's the way you regard each other. You know, it's a piece of paper and a little circle of metal. Big deal. Marriage comes way before that. That's just my opinion. Sorry. Hey Roseanne, you ain't gotta buy nothing. Y'all want to chat sometime? You've got my number, hun. Give me a call. We can even Zoom call if you want. John F. John Farkas, y'all are playing Phase 10, huh? That's awesome. Now, Roseanne, come on. That's it. Roseanne, I'm going to mod John F. so that you can't do that. I mean, come on now. If that's who you're wanting to marry, if that's your fiance, your husband, you gotta at least give the man a chance to speak his mind. You don't have to agree with it, and you can argue about it, but you gotta at least let him say what he's gotta say, and still love him afterwards. Yes, John F., I'm not gonna... Now, any other profiles that you might have, I'm not giving you any protection on. But when you show up under John F., so I know that's John Farkas, yeah. I got your back, brother. But, dude, I ain't joking. Roseanne seems like a great woman. You better put a ring on it, bud. She's already stuck with you through sickness and in health. I mean, shit, the only other option is death, so you might as well put a ring on it and stay there. You probably ain't gonna find a better one. Tupac, Roseanne ain't gonna leave me. But now if John starts trying to take it to an extreme, maybe I'll concede to Roseanne's point and take his wrench away. That can happen at any time. But if Roseanne starts being a butthead, I could always take her wrench away and let John Farkas time her out. Well, now, John, that's one of those things like when you're playing a card game or something like that, you can always just lose every now and then just because. You don't have to win every card game and then lord that over like, oh, you can't win playing Phase 10. It's like, that's just being an ass. Well, John, she's a woman. Women are usually very stubborn and opinionated. And in a way that you could equate that to being a butthead, but just stubborn and opinionated. Most of us are in one way or another. I know I really am. Well, John F., you've got to just learn how to stroke her pride when it's needed. But you can always work on, trying to make sure that she doesn't be a sore loser by not being a sore loser yourself. And you could, anything that you lose on, if you think it's a competition, which it shouldn't be a competition, it should be a partnership. And competitive games can be fun every now and then, but, if they become to the point that one person is just dominating, then find a different game. Find a game that you can both win at most of the time. So you're like 50-50 on who wins. You don't know who's going to win. Just find a different game to play. Maybe find a game that you guys have never played before, so that you're on equal ground. Hey, welcome, Dreadpool. Oh no, Roseanne, what kind was it? Oh, see, like I said, John Farkas, change the game up. Don't play Phase 10. Play checkers or something. You know, play something that puts everybody basically on an equal footing. Where there's, or like I said, a game that you neither one of you knows, so that you're learning it as you go. I think that would be better. Ah, Tupac. That's like the actual, one of the things that I really like in the Olympics of watching is I actually really like watching curling. And I'll mess around with a shuffleboard anytime I find one in a bar. Oh, oh, Roseanne. If only you had watched my videos. Larissa's Kitchen is by far the worst jerky ever. I mean, it smelled and tasted like a baby diaper. It, like a soiled diaper. It was nasty. Roseanne, you should have asked me or you should have watched my video. You would have known better than to get Larissa's Kitchen. That is. No. No. That's the worst ever. I've had some bad jerky, but Larissa's Kitchen? I don't even know if I'd feed that shit to my dog. Well, I don't have a dog anymore, but if I did have a dog, I wouldn't feed it to him. Oh, Roseanne, that sucks. John, you done fucked up, dude. You fucked up. Big time. You might as well just throw that shit in the trash. Oh, Roseanne, it is awful. You've got to go and watch, try to find that video that me and Dave did when we had Larissa's Kitchen. It was one of our first videos, and it was terrible. Tupac, right offhand, I can't remember exactly which brand you sent us. But yeah, no, nothing was as bad as Larissa's Kitchen. I mean, we've had some bad jerky, but that shit is fucking disgusting. I mean, it literally, when you open it and you smell it, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, that smells like a damn dirty diaper. And we tried it anyways, and when we tried it, it fucking tasted just like it smelled. Do not ever buy Larissa's Kitchen jerky. Fuck, that was bad. I think we still have the rest of that in here. I might have to thaw it out of the freezer and have Tupac try it when he gets here. Janelle Sonoda, welcome. Oh, Janelle Sonoda, I'd probably be down for some dried squid. Are they flavored or are they just dried? Because if they're just dried, I don't know if I'd try them as jerky, but I would definitely cook with them because I like calamari. So I could rehydrate them with some mushrooms and let's see, maybe some bamboo shoots, and some fresh ginger and fresh garlic. Throw in a couple of shrimp. Do it like a stir fry. That'd be that'd be really yummy. Oh yeah, Tupac. That it definitely it went behind the seats. It that was the worst shit ever. And John Farkas, I don't know if I've ever tried Pacific Gold. That doesn't sound familiar to me. Yeah, a little confused, Silver Keeper. Yeah. Some jerkies are decent dry, but not all of them. Dreadpool keeps talking about tuna jerky. I haven't had tuna jerky yet. We've had some other fish based jerkies, and yeah, they were not the best. I did, Silver Keeper. You were like, nom nom, bleh, nom nom, bleh. Or were you just thinking about jerky that tasted like a soiled baby diaper? I'm sure there's plenty of people in the government that would actually enjoy that type of jerky. Oops, did I actually say that? Just so you guys know, I'm not suicidal. Never will be. So if they say I killed myself with 2 bullets to the back of the head, mm-mm, it wasn't me. Janelle, shredded and a bit sweet, dried squid. Hmm. Never thought of squid gum before. That might be interesting. Yeah, Janelle, definitely. I would love to try it. I can imagine squid gum. That might be good for when I'm out hiking. Yeah, Tupac, I'd have to wind up trying to go back and watch this stream. Probably still have a little bit of it left in the freezer. Because most of the jerkies that we've done, we haven't finished the full bags, so there's at least a little bit, and they're all sitting in the freezer so that they don't go bad. Ah, okay, Silver Keeper. I got you. Yeah, Silver Keeper. It was bad. I mean, it sounds like it's the same stuff that Dave and I tried, and it was no bueno. It was bad. It's one of those you don't forget. I mean, I can only think of one other thing in my life, really, that well, two things, but one of them we're not going to talk about. One other thing, really, that tasted worse than that I've eaten. And that was when I was a kid living in Missouri. We had a year-round creek. It was all spring-fed on our property, and there was a lot of beaver dams. Well, we had a lot of snapping turtles, and so we ate some snapping turtles. Well, one time, one of the snapping turtles happened to be a female that had a bunch of eggs. And we're like, turtle eggs are supposed to be a delicacy in parts of the world. That's kind of when they're raw, I guess. But so we fried up, like you'd fry a chicken egg. We fried up some of these snapping turtle eggs. And oh my God, you can never get that taste out of your mouth. It will haunt you forever. Don't do it. I mean, literally, it will haunt you forever. I think the Bucky's jerky might have got finished. There's the there's some of them that got finished. No, like I was saying, Tupac, it is way worse than the diaper jerky. Well, honestly, Silver Keeper, I was at a Sundance on a reservation, and I was invited to be a fire tender. And I was told that there was something getting ready to be passed around, part of the ceremonies or whatever, that I would not like, that I would not like being a part of. And some people told me I needed to, just kind of duck out for a little bit. And I agreed with them. And as I was trying to duck out, unfortunately, I walked on one side of a fence, and on the other side of the fence, there was what's known as a backwards medicine man. And he called out my name. And I was like, fuck. I was trying to head back to my tent and just gonna hang out at my tent for half an hour or so. But somehow, backward medicine man, I mean, he knew I was walking behind him. It was what they called puppy stew. And as bad as it is, it's literally where they take a young puppy that has um, not matured enough to be able to breed, and they butcher that and make a basically just boil it in water. because the tribes at a lot of different times, that was the only way they survived, was because of the domesticated dogs. That was the only food they had to get through bad winters, hard winters. I mean, it was a very important part of their existence. They weren't just pets. It was emergency sustenance. But in modern times, I really didn't want to be part of that. And I'll tell you, I didn't eat any of the meat, but I drank a little bit of the broth just to make everybody happy, and that was the worst, grossest thing I've ever had. I mean, it literally tasted like a wet dog smells. It was disgusting. But I can understand, I mean, the ritual and it actually happening kind of sucks, but I understand the importance of, them keeping a good, can't think of the term, but basically, acknowledging their history. It's not necessary anymore, but this is what our ancestors did. This is how we survived and thrived. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat the worst of it in the long run. I mean, it's proven over and over. Yeah, Roseanne, that Bucky's jerky was pretty good. Yeah, Dreadpool, I wouldn't bite the head off a turtle. The turtles that we ate were about 15 to 20 pounds on average. And with snapping turtles and such, what we did was, when I'd catch them, I'd cut the throat, and we had a spring that was flowing year round, and I'd tie the tail off, and I'd face the turtle downstream, because that turtle body's going to still try to get away for like half an hour, 45 minutes after you cut the head off. And yeah, actually it was. I didn't just cut the throat. That's what we did. We'd get them to bite onto a stick, and we'd pull their head out while somebody held on, and we'd chop it off with the machete or a hatchet or something like that. But then we'd tie the tail off and face it downstream, so that way the water was running past it, and all the blood that came out was just draining away and getting away from the meat. You also have to be really careful with their bladder, so that you don't get any of that on the meat. So yeah, butchering a turtle is the biggest pain in the ass I have ever seen out of any animal, bar none, to try to butcher, is a turtle. Because their bone structure literally is built into that shell. And, it's not easy like filleting a fish. I mean, it's not easy at all to get into them suckers. John Farkas, mac and cheese is good if it's done right. Hey, Borderland Stacker, welcome. Borderland Stacker, I still haven't got any copper from you, bud. I'm wanting some of that rough native copper, bro. If you need me to send you some money for shipping or something, I'm willing to do it. I just want some of that rough native copper. I want to make some flint knapping tools out of it. Silver Keeper, you can be picky right now while society is at the state that it's in, but I don't think it's gonna stay the way it is for a while. You're gonna have to really learn to not be picky pretty soon, bud. Before too long, you're gonna have to just eat what you can get. Welcome, successful slave. Just hanging out, having a few drinks, smoking a little weed, chatting with everybody. Wow, yeah, Roseanne, I can tell. He is kind of weird. Anybody that hates any and all mac and cheese, yeah, there's definitely something a little bit wrong with them. Well, Silver Keeper, I mean, like I said, it's all well and good while you can be picky and still keep your belly filled. But when it gets to the point that you can't, well, you can't anymore. And you're going to have to just eat what you can get. And I believe in our lifetimes, it's going to happen. As terrible as it is, I think it's going to happen. But that's one of the reasons why I stack my constitutional silver. You know, every now and then I'll spend a little bit to buy a really cool piece. But then again, I got this for $62 and it's a 2 ounce. That's cheap as shit. I can't get two Morgan dollars for that price. And that's less silver. But I do like my constitutional, like my quarters and dimes and such. Because when shit really hits the fan and inflation is blown out of proportion, the dollar's not worth anything anymore. Those silver dimes, silver quarters, when it comes to trying to get a half a dozen eggs, a couple rolls of toilet paper or something, that's what people are going to accept. I don't think that will last long. I figure 6 months to a year. So I plan on, if shit really hits the fan, the constitutional I've got, I'll use up within 6 months to a year to get what I need and get where I need to go. And after that, I don't see use for it. After that, it becomes more skill. What can you offer me? What can you do for me? Oh, you can build a chicken shed? Okay, well, I've got this and this, and you've got this and this. You build a chicken shed, well, I'll give you eggs for 6 months if you build this chicken shed. I'll give you half a dozen fresh eggs every day. It's all going to become a barter system if it really comes to that point. I figure 6 months, maximum of a year, will the silver actually be utilized as a currency. Now, another 50, 100 years down the road after that, when everything starts reestablishing itself, it will come back in again, prevalent as a currency. That's just personal opinion. And I might be just talking out my ass, but that's how I feel it. What do you mean, Candy? What's getting really bad in Florida? From what I was seeing, it looked like Florida was actually, or at least the governor was actually trying to protect people's rights. Candy! What in Florida is getting really bad? I think I need to go smoke part of a cigarette. But I've got to go outside to do that. Damn it. I got to go all the way out to my car. The virus and buying groceries. Is groceries getting hard to get out there, Candy? That sucks. I've got a lot of canned goods. Just a wide variety of different things that I've got saved up just in case. But again, I've got my fishing gear. I can hunt. I taught myself how to flint knap so I can, make knives. I can make arrowheads. So, I mean, if it gets really bad, I could always gather any food that I need to sustain myself and a couple of other people. I mean, that's easy to do. Honestly, I think if all I had to worry about was gathering food, once the shelter and everything was built, I think personally I could sustain 8 to 10 people with plenty of food, just with what I could gather and catch in a day. Candy, I buy a lot less than that. Candy, I wish I had, what's that, $1,600 a month for spending money on such. Man, I wish. No, Roseanne, if shit hits a fan, you need to come where I'm at. And if shit really hits a fan that bad, my silver more or less is getting me back to South Central Missouri and established down there because that's where I'm headed. Probably shouldn't have said that on YouTube, but oh well. I done said it. And I need to go out to my car and grab me part of a cigarette. So I won't be able to see chat for a minute. So I gotta go outside. And again, right now, everybody, I can't see chat. But you like my car? That's the one that I've got about $1,000 into. After the previous owner hit a deer. But it really didn't do any structural damage. It didn't set off the airbags or anything. I mean, I guess you could somewhat say there was a little bit of structural damage since the radiator support technically is welded to the subframe of the unibody, but other than that, there was no frame damage or anything like that. I gotta work tomorrow a bit, but we're basically finishing up some projects that we've been working on for quite a while, me and my half brother. And after that, I'm not sure what we've got going on, so what do you guys think? Should I go on a fossil hunt and try to do a video on a fossil hunt? Or should I go looking for crystals? Or should I go looking for mushrooms? I guess I could always set up a camera and go fishing, but most of those options I can't live stream, so it won't be a long video. Got to get way more subscribers and way more watch time before I can think about live streaming fishing or something. At least our weather started to shift. It's finally starting to cool down, at least at night. Man, this summer it was brutal here in Colorado. I know my thermometer out here on the porch read over 100, or right at 100 degrees today. Maybe 101, but it was hot. Our sunset last night, so much smoke coming in from California that had there been another sun, it would have been exactly the image of the sunset at Tatooine when Skywalker walks out of his underground house. It was insane. The sun was so red. I mean, you could literally sit there and stare at the sun and it not bother your eyes at all. Alright, I smoked about half of that. I'm gonna go in, set you guys back up on the tripod. Or, not tripod, but suction cup stand. And then I'm gonna use the restroom. And then I'll check chat. So give me just a minute. Let me set you back here. I'll be right back. Now, normally we would have something with white bat audio going in the background, but Dave's not here, so we don't have white bat audio in the background right now. I'm gonna scroll up through Chataways and try to catch up. Ah, foie gras. Yeah, Roseanne, I definitely wouldn't want to try foie gras. That's like a pateed goose liver or something like that. I can't do liver. Successful Slave, I'm doing pretty good. Hope you are as well. Okay, so I missed that earlier because I've seen some of the stuff after that. Bye, David Carlisle. Sorry I missed you saying bye. Well, Tupac, you can get away with pretty much anything in here, even if I can see it. Pretty much anything. You know, Tupac, you're out there in Missouri. It can get really hot. Roseanne, I've been around a lot of extreme temperatures. Roseanne, are you saying it's illegal in some states? Complaining about the heat? Is that what you're talking about? Huh, I forgot. I've got a way of making my weed better. It's in this nice little thing right here. Oh, yeah. Roseanne, you're talking about foie gras being illegal in some states. Yeah, Tupac, it's actually, yeah, basically, it's a butane extraction. I had a bunch of stuff that was getting really old, and my neighbor was wanting to do an extraction, and I was like, hey, I got a bunch of stuff. Why don't you, use this and do an extraction, and we'll split it. So it's still not fully cured, so it likes to sparkle. I mean, it's getting closer to being cured. But, yeah, the more it cures, the better it gets. All right, let's see. Should we do a giveaway? for the 6 people that are in chat? Or 7? I see 6, so I'm guessing there's 7. But let me know. Should we do a giveaway? Or should I just keep drinking and smoking and hanging out with y'all? Well, come on, Janelle. Janelle, Roseanne, Candy, Tupac. What do you think? Should I do a giveaway or just keep doing what we're doing? I'd call this more dabs, since it's still really smooth. What's up, Capital Currency? Ocean City, Maryland. Nice. All right. Let me grab something. Yeah. Okay. We'll do a commemorative, non-silver, commemorative $50. What? Now we've only got like 4 people in here? Okay. Well, we're going to do a giveaway for a commemorative $50. This one. Okay, I guess I'll... I've got a difficult question written down. And since there's only, half a dozen of you or so, I'll start out with a difficult question, and if somebody doesn't get it soon, then we'll go on to a number. Well, Janelle and Roseanne, they can't all be big gauze. I'm sorry. I mean, I try to help out, but Not everything can be silver. That sounds nice, capital currency. Sunburnt, but having fun. Alright. Y'all come up with some names. If nobody knows it. Oh, it looks like Roseanne went and checked Google. Yep. Roseanne checked Google. Name's Frank Hayes. He was a jockey. Or, well, actually, he was more of a stable boy. And more or less a horse that he had been training was eligible for the Kentucky Derby, or the might have been Belmont Stakes. But anyways, they couldn't find a jockey, and he volunteered to be the jockey for the horse, which was always his lifelong dream. About 3/4 of the way through the race, he had a heart attack or something and died, and stayed in the saddle. And the horse crossed the finish line and won the race with a dead man as a jockey. Posthumously, it took a little bit, but they awarded him the win, and that horse was never raced again, and it was renamed Sweet Kiss of Death. But congrats, Roseanne. Even though you Googled it. Oh, that's nice. This is a San Francisco Mint proof. 1991 Mount Rushmore commemorative $50 with a buffalo on the back. So, Roseanne 110. Not 100% positive that I have your information, so please send me an email to the rworley98@gmail.com, since that's the one I normally check. And I'll get that out to you. Yeah, John Farkas, it probably is. Yeah, capital currency, if you're actually watching the horse races, watch for the ones that take a piss or a shit right before the race. They might be a better one to bet on. Okay, gotta make another one. Be right back. Okay, see, that much tequila. You just gotta know how to make them right. Oh, I know Roseanne looked that up on Google. I figured somebody would. That was a little bit more difficult than a general knowledge type question. Yep. Sweet Kiss was the horse, and then they called it Sweet Kiss of Death after that, and she was, I think it was a female horse. I'm not positive, but I know it wasn't ridden after that. Well, congrats, Cap Currency. Or almost congrats, I guess. But yeah, I know. I know Roseanne was gonna cheat. Ooh, I don't know. Hmm. That makes me rethink that ring offer, Roseanne. I don't want no cheater. I want somebody that'll be faithful. Very deserved and well earned, you think, huh? Wow. Damn, somebody is sure full of herself. Okay, Candy, please send me your email or your address. I'm, I should have it because I know I've sent you something before, so I should have your address, Candy Hall. But just in case, please send me another email. And since it's going to Candy Hall, maybe I'll add in something extra. Oh, Roseanne 110, how well did you know that particular jockey? And if you knew that jockey that well, apparently you don't mind shorter men. You know, I'm only 5'5", so hey, I've almost got a jockey build. Damn it. Stay in the pipe, you stupid piece. I hate that when you put wax on a bowl and then parts of the nug jump out. They get, yeah, pain in the ass to get them back in the bowl. They keep trying to stick to your finger and you're trying to wipe it off like a fucking booger. Gets annoying. Now, Tupac, why would I have horse shit laying around? I mean, I've got a whole bunch of cow shit, in a trough out in Tennessee, but not horse shit. But the reason I saved the cow shit out in Tennessee is because it's completely saturated with nitrogen or potassium nitrates that are very easy to process and crystallize. I'm wanting to figure out how to make my own black powder for a black powder rifle. I just gotta find and keep practicing until I find the exact right recipe, because so many of them are altered. You can't find a good recipe online. So I've got some of the base materials. I just need to start actually trying to make it so that I can make my own black powder for my rifles. Or rifle. I don't know, Candy Hall. He signed up to a dating site, and he's been talking to a couple of people, and a couple of people he's made friends with, and is not actually going to date. But I think one of them was like, hey, I've got this friend that's right down your alley, and she really needs to get laid. And so he disappeared last night, and now he's disappeared again tonight, and I think he's going to the same place. So I really don't know. But who knows? I might be wrong. It might have been just, him finding somebody on one of those sites, or even outside of one of those sites, and just finding them randomly. But I think he's out trying to get laid. Yeah, Capital Currency. Mine's not a full blown muzzle loader. Uh, I would have to get the, what is it, like 208 or 209 shotgun primers. Now, Roseanne, I'm only 5'5". And for a man, 5'5" is pretty damn short. I'm 5'5", about 150 pounds. But there's always a little bit of that Napoleonic syndrome. It's like, ain't nobody big enough. Ain't nothing I can't do. Not if I try. Roseanne says she's 3 minutes behind. Yeah, please, Tupac, resend me Candy's address. I'm sure I have it. If not written down in my notebook, I'm sure I have it somewhere in the emails, but I wouldn't mind having it again just to be on the safe side. Yeah, well, Capital Currency, you're you're an FTG. You're a fucking tall guy. And I could tell that Tupac's a fucking tall guy. But I ain't worried about it. Take you boys out on a construction site and I'll show you something. Show you what a little guy can do. Ooh. It's not bad. It's starting to hit pretty hard. Damn. Roseanne, brother's 6 foot and she's 6'3". Oh, 5'3". Let's see, Roseanne. That works for me. I'm 5'5", you're 5'3". You just be about that much shorter than me is all. That's a good dancing height. Is John Farkas still in here? Just gotta ask. That's funny, capital currency. So if John isn't in here anymore, you know, Roseanne, I'm also a poet. I'm actually a published poet. Actually, the first poem I ever wrote got published back in like 7th grade in what's called the Anthology of Poetry by Young American Authors. And that got me started in poetry. Just saying. Well, you always got to remember, capital currency. For every inch that we don't have in height, we make up for in a lot of other ways. Hmm. You retracted that comment quite quick, Roseanne. Come on, you guys, talk to me in chat. Unfortunately, I can't have anybody else up here on the panel through my phone. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, Roseanne, I do that a lot too. Sometimes they can be funny. Hello, Partridge Family Prospecting. Welcome. We're just hanging out, drinking a little bit, smoking a little bit. just chatting and hanging out. And Partridge, pretty much, this is not a family friendly. Not a family friendly stream. Damn. So, pretty much anything goes. And John Farkas, you know I love you, brother. I hope you're doing a lot better. Being in the hospital, no matter what the situation, is never a good thing. The problem with what I did with this bowl is before too long, I'll forget. And I'll just hit it like I would a normal bowl, and it's gonna just hurt. Partridge won something from Tupac, apparently. Not sure what it was. And if you guys are ever in Colorado, these Incredibles boulder bars, pretty good. Oh, so Tupac, Partridge family is saying that he won something from you through Mad Stacker's channel. And he was just wanting to find out what he won. More or less, I agree, Candy. I mean, I've got a couple of personal preferences. You know, because, I mean, it's true. Doesn't matter whether you're tall or short or fat or skinny. It's what's inside that matters. But for a lot of people, external things do matter as well. That's just nature. You know, there's certain things that people are physically attracted to. We could be mentally attracted to a lot of different things and only physically attracted to a few things. And that's where I wind up running into some issues. It's like, man, I love this person, but you know what? That's not the kind of person I'm looking for. That's not what I'm physically attracted to. That's not what I'm into. And I can still love them for who they are and their, you know, what they say and their opinions and all that doesn't mean I'm attracted to them. And that's what it really boils down to, is what you're attracted to. Well, at least in my opinion. Let me check up on chat again. Yeah, John, I know it sucks, bro, being in the hospital. I wish the best for you, man. You know, you get back on your feet and get back to 100% and go beyond it. You've got a good support system in the community, and it sounds like you've got a good support system within your family, and you've got one hell of an anchor when it comes to Roseanne. But just you keep getting better, brother. We like seeing you around. Okay, let me catch back up on chat again. Capital Currency, you gotta go. See you later, Capital Currency. Ooh, Capital Currency, are you gonna get up and do a late night raid on the beach with nobody else knowing? Ooh. Dude, I hope you find some Spanish gold. Well, Roseanne, unfortunately, that can be a very, very broad spectrum of what I'm physically attracted to. It's just a narrow spectrum of what I'm physically not attracted to. I don't know of any way of stating it, stating certain things safely, even on this channel. But no, I would like to find someone that is similar in stature, though that is very low on the list, but somebody that's at least athletic to an extent, that if we go out for a 5-hour hike, that won't be an issue. Go out fishing, camping, definitely got to be outdoorsy. If you don't like the outdoors, never work out. Capital Currency, good night. Well, good luck, Capital Currency. Hopefully, you win something at the casino and you find some gold, hopefully, when you go metal detecting. And hmm, now I apologize to anybody out there if this is offensive. I apologize beforehand. But I absolutely love fat chicks. But I'm not attracted to them, if that makes sense. But then again, the category of fat chicks can be broken down in, my opinion, because some girls are just big girls. But you can see it, they carry it. They're just kind of like Amazons. They're just big girls. And in a way, I'm attracted to those, but the ones, there's some people that I'm just doesn't work for me. I kind of, again, I'm an outdoors active person. I need to find somebody that's can be as active. And I'm sorry if that is offensive to say. Yeah, Roseanne, I understand. Yeah, but the first crush I ever had, she was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. So, and I still have a sweet spot for them in a way, even though a lot of them can be very simple. Oh, yep. John Farkas, she's all yours. She doesn't like the outdoors. I ain't. She doesn't have a chance at that ring that I got. Right, Dreadpool? I'm I'm almost to that point myself, honestly. It's been like, damn, it's been so long. It's like, fuck, if you like me, okay, I like you too. Cause you like me, I like you. Yeah, Roseanne, if you're that connected to your electronic devices, yeah, wouldn't work out in the long run. I guess you better be trying to fish harder and make sure you secure John F. Because saying stuff like that, your chances are getting slimmer and slimmer. John Farkas might even start looking somewhere else. He's like, hey, wait, what? If there's not an outlet involved, she's not interested? Hmm. Maybe I better rethink my priorities. Yeah, Dreadpool. I'm sorry, brother. I honestly know what it feels like. Well, let's say about 3/4. Because I know you've got a lot harder than I ever will. And I wish you didn't. Because you're one hell of a fucking friend to everybody in this community. Now, I mean, even being an ugly motherfucker doesn't matter, Dreadpool. There's still ugly chicks out there, too. Everybody needs loving. You know, let me say, everybody needs a positive human connection. And for me, that's because I battle depression a lot. I mean, pretty severe depression. I'm not medicated for it. I refuse to be medicated for it. I just fight through it. But everybody needs positive human interaction. We need each other. We need confirmation of our existence at times. And at times we just need recognition that people see that we even fucking exist. That's one of the greatest things about this coin community that we are all part of. I know this channel is technically not part of it, but everybody in here is part of the coin community. And we all, no matter what, even if it's just in chat, in YouTube, just to say, hey, I'm here for you. I like seeing you. I appreciate what you say. Just the recognition that we give each other when somebody shows up in the chat, no matter what chat it is. Anytime we see each other, when it's a name we recognize or a name we don't recognize, we're still saying hi to those people. We're acknowledging their existence. That's important. Especially now, with all the COVID bullshit and all the lockdowns and all the mask mandate crap. Acknowledging somebody's humanity, acknowledging their existence, has become more important than ever. Everybody's important. Everybody needs to be seen. Everybody needs to be heard. Sorry if I went off on a tangent and just lost most of the viewers. I'm an emotional person. I don't often let it be seen. I'm a Scorpio. I try to keep my emotions hidden, but I'm very strong emotionally. No, haha, Tupac. I mean, thank you, Candy. Yeah, there's a lot I lost when I had my seizures, but in the same respect, there's certain things that you learn to appreciate just a little bit more. And like I said, most of the community has been very supportive. A lot of it hasn't. And you wind up seeing it over time. So that's why, overall there's a lot of channels that I don't show up in very much anymore. Not only because I wind up being busy when they're streaming, but sometimes it's because I just disagree with their policies and some of the people that they have in their streams. And I try to be a friend of as many channels as I can and help out, but sometimes there's some channels I just can't be friends with anymore for one reason or another. Damn alcohol makes a tongue fuzzy. Makes it all go blah, 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 blah. Well, thank you, Candy. And I love you too, darling. I don't know. It shows 6 of y'all in here. Who's still in here? I know there's Candy and Tupac and Dreadpool. Maybe Roseanne. So who are the other two? Right on, Dreadpool. Yeah, ladies. You need a set of wheels. Dreadpool's got you. And Dreadpool has a lap that's just begging to be sat on. And you won't be disappointed. Ooh, there you go, Dreadpool. Janelle Sonoda. Brown chicken, brown cow. Oh, told you I'd forget. I knew I'd do that. Janelle, I thought you was hitting on Dreadpool. Sorry, Dreadpool. Well, hey, Tupac, I'd have to write it down first and then read it to you because I don't know it backwards. I don't give a fuck when you ask me. I've never known the alphabet backwards. I mean, that's just a bunch of bullshit. Okay, Janelle, so you're 65 years old. Big deal. What's so bad about that? Are you just self conscious or are you against dating a younger person? Because Dreadpool never said what his age range was for somebody that he might be interested in. And for that matter, neither did I. Just saying. Oh, Billy Big D showed up in the house. Welcome, William Danigan. William says he's been lurking. Exactly, Dreadpool. Age is only a number. Again, it's not about how old you are or necessarily what you look like. It's as humans we connect in different ways. We might think like, oh, oh no, that's a fat chick. I'm not interested in fat chicks. And then you wind up spending a couple hours talking to that fat chick. And you're like, wow, you know, we have so much in common. It's like, this girl is fucking awesome. I, I love hanging out with this chick. I want to hang out with her all the time. You know, I don't know why, but it usually stays at that point. Not physically attracted personally. I absolutely love a lot of people that I would consider fat chicks. I'm sorry. I love fat chicks. Just not physically attracted to them. And don't know how to get over that. So if y'all can help me out, I'd appreciate it. Because, you know, I'm not adverse to taking advice from y'all, my friends. See if you can help me out. I'm going to read chat real quick. Andrew T.C. Wilson, welcome. Janelle Sonoda. Would it be out of line for me to ask in what way you are disabled? I mean, I'm sorry, you don't have to answer in any way. You could just say, not going to answer. I was just curious, and I'm sorry if that is crossing a boundary. Andrew T.C. Wilson, the Philippines would be a very interesting place to live. And William, I'm glad you are joining us. Andrew, I can appreciate the sentiment. You know, I grew up in an extremely religious family. I tried that method for quite a while, honestly. Yeah, it didn't work. You know, I could start doing that again, but again, is that what, if I did wind up with someone, is that the reason? Or was the reason because I changed other stuff in my life as well? That's a tricky subject. Tupac, this is actually more than a one-horse town. The problem is I don't go out and mingle. I spend all my time sitting here in the house on the computer fucking with you guys. I'm not out doing shit. I'm sitting here fucking around on YouTube talking with y'all bastards. When in the fuck can I get out and do anything? I'm stuck. It's like I'm on YouTube most of the day. If I'm not physically working with my half brother doing construction work or something, I'm sitting here getting drunk, fucking looking at stupid shit on YouTube or watching coin channels and rewatching different things. It's like trying to catch people live streaming so that I can support my friends. Other than that, it's like if I want to go out fossil hunting or crystal hunting or fishing, even if I don't have a friend physically present to go do it with, I pretty much just won't do it. It's like I've I've already done it. I know what the whole experience is. And sure, I can find cool shit every time I go out, but it just the experience isn't right. It just doesn't it's not fulfilled without actually being able to share that with somebody else. And so I wind up just sitting at the house most of the time and not doing anything. And unfortunately, it gets pretty fucking depressing. Sorry. Y'all probably didn't want to hear that shit. But, oh well, I said it. Let's see. Oh shit, 3 falls at work, Janelle? Damn. Janelle, I mean, if you want you want me to give you my email address and we can share our phone numbers with each other through there and we can chat anytime you need, hon. Hello, Andrew T.C. Wilson. Philippines is like the USA was in the 50s and 60s? Oh shit, now I really want to go to the Philippines. Because I love 50s and 60s rock. That shit's awesome. I could figure out how to turn myself into a greaser somehow. Let's see, how does that work? Oh, let's see. Andrew? I don't understand that one. In my honest opinion, seems like you are trying to fill that God-shaped hole in our soul with other things, people included. That kind of confuses me. Hello, Philip the Board. Yeah, Dreadpool, that's fucked up, man. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Dreadpool, I guess technically I met you after you were disabled, but I could give a fuck less. I'd never even honestly met you in person. And I don't have to. I see who and what you are on a daily basis in YouTube. And I love you, brother. You're fucking cool as shit, Dreadpool. And I can't wait until I can afford to get actual stickers for this channel. But unfortunately, I think this channel is going to have to wind up changing a lot because Dave just isn't going to do it. It's going to have to be me. But I love the design you come up with, Dreadpool. Janelle, I know that isolation is not good, but. And I mean, I'm really not isolated necessarily. I still have YouTube. You know, there's plenty of people on YouTube like Dreadpool and Tupac, and I know Borderland. There's a lot of people that actually have my phone number. And we do call back and forth and text back and forth every now and then. It helps. It helps, but doesn't get to the root. No, Andrew TC, I know. And I'm doing good. This is, honestly, this is the best I've ever done in my life. Even though I'm just living in a trailer park. You know, I've got good, clean water. I've got power, roof over my head. There's, you know, when it comes to that kind of aspect in life, there's nothing I can complain about. And yes, that does put me in a category way above a vast majority of people on this planet that don't have a roof over their head, or power, or most importantly, clean water. And it bothers me, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. I wish I could, but I can't. And it definitely bothers me, and I think about it all the time. And that's not just the only aspect. I think about so many different problems that are plaguing humanity in different regions. And it's, I mean, when you really look into stuff outside of our comfort zone, it's heartbreaking. You start looking around the world at everything that's going on. And if you really think about what's going on and try to put yourself in that position, good luck not crying. Okay, let me look at chat again. Sorry, everybody. I go off on tangents. So everybody's just talking about weed? Really? This stupid shit? I mean, sure, it helps keep me from going into grand mal seizures, but I mean, I just talked about a lot of hardcore shit, and y'all are talking about weed in chat. like, damn. That's kind of disappointing. Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I guess I'm about ready to make one more drink. Now, I won't say it's the last one, but I'm gonna make one more drink and go out and smoke another part of a cigarette. So, just sit tight for a second while I make the drink, and I'll take you outside when I go to smoke a cigarette. Okay, let's see. What did I do with my cigarettes? Alright, I got half a cigarette sitting out here. So, I'll enjoy half a cigarette, or about half a cigarette. Now again, since I'm out here, I cannot see chat right now. Sorry, everybody. That train going by and not being able to see chat. Not sure what to say. But I am glad everybody is here hanging out with me. There's what, 6, 8 people in chat hanging out? I really appreciate it, you guys. Like I said, I just kind of went on because there was nobody else live, and I was like, hey, I want to hang out with my friends. Hopefully some of them will show up. And you did. So when I get back inside, when I get back inside, we'll do a giveaway for a meteorite, a slab meteorite. Does that sound good? But again, when I get inside, I'm going to put you guys on the stand and use the restroom again. I only rent alcohol. Okay. Gonna put you guys back over here on the stand. And I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had to drain the lizard. Let's see what's going on in chat. What fucking train, Tupac? Uh-oh. Let me go back a little bit. I appreciate that, Andrew. Yeah, John F., the smoking weed helps with my seizures. Wow. Y'all been talking all kinds of... I gotta go way back on the chat. Wow. Y'all are just chatting it up. Fill up the board. Welcome. Okay. Now, Andrew, you're a mechanic, huh? Janelle, that is... Damn, girl. A second knee replacement. Bad ankle. But cancer may be gone? Damn, you're going through so much. You stay strong, Janelle. Hold on, let me think about this comment by Andrew for a second. Andrew says, in my honest opinion, seems like you are trying to fill that God shaped hole in our soul with other things, people included. And I mean, I can see where Andrew's coming from with that statement. Not sure that I really agree with it, but in a lot of ways, I do agree with what he's saying there. Yeah, I know, Janelle. Isolation's not good, but that's what one of the things that I'm using YouTube for, honestly, is connection with other people. Because I do get quite depressed at different times, and I just sit around the house and watch shit on YouTube. I wish I had a friend that I could meet up with on a regular basis and be like, hey, let's go look for fossils, or let's go look for crystals or mushrooms, or go fishing, or fucking do something, and even record part of it and put it up on YouTube. But I don't have anybody here. No, I agree, Andrew. Got a roof and I've got a refrigerator and all that good shit. So yeah. And I've got a decent amount of silver. So I know I'm better off than most people in the world. That's one of the things that I keep, I guess you could say, throwing in my own face. Be like, what the fuck do you have to be depressed about? But honestly, my depression is based on not having a family of my own, not having offspring, that type of shit. Other than that, I'm fine. So I'm still trying to catch up on chat. Yes, definitely, Philip. Dreadpool's got great friends all over the YouTube community. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to catch up with chat. Good night, Candy. Sorry I missed you. Tupac, it's always 420. I know, Dreadpool. I'll stay strong. You know, some things might change, but overall, I'll stay strong. And I hope you do too. Because, I mean, as you can see, Dreadpool, we love you, brother. No matter what. We've gotten to know you well enough that we love you. And that's all that matters in the long run. Marley and T, welcome. Sorry I haven't said hi before now. I've been trying to catch up on chat. Hey, Marley and T, Mia's Coins is in Vegas right now as well. Y'all should probably try to meet up. Yeah, Tupac, maybe you can meet up with Dreadpool. Be a little bit out of the way. Marley and T, I would love for you to come here to Colorado and look for mushrooms with me. I know a lot of good edible wild mushrooms. I've spent a lot of time buying books and going out in the field and doing research and whatnot. And I really enjoy it. Yeah, Janelle. Excuse me. Being lonely is terrible, but I'm kind of starting to get used to it. You know, I'm trying to an extent to use YouTube to not be such an introvert, and maybe interacting with all y'all might actually help me in the long run. I don't know. I honestly think it will. I believe doing live streams like these is helping my brain to recover after the seizures, or at least recover a certain aspect of what I had lost, and that might help me be able to communicate easier with new people, if that makes any sense. Yeah, Tupac, of course. I mean, couple hours for the gold. Fossils are really close. Don't know about the women. No, Marley and T, that's true. It's basically just saying the same thing. It's all in your head. You just got to get over it and get around it. But kind of easier said than done. Roseanne, I really appreciate that, but I wouldn't feel right calling you and talking to you, even if, even if, I consider it intimate, but in a friendly way like that, that'd be stepping on John's toes, and I'm just not that kind of guy. Honestly. I might joke around, but, and I know you don't see it that way. John doesn't see it that way. I don't really see it that way, but in a way, that would still be in the back of my mind. I'm sorry, I'm a strange individual. Strange individual when it comes to relationships. And I just don't want to step on anybody's toes and fuck stuff up for other people. Marley acid never worked for me. Or, well, the one time I tried it, it didn't work for me. Oh, Tupac, yeah, you definitely gotta go and meet him then. If you're both born in the same town and you have the same first name, fuck yeah, you gotta go meet him. I agree. And William, I appreciate that. I'm pretty much the same way. I pretty much just smoke weed. I do drink. I used to not drink. Um, damn. Guess now that I thought of it, I'll state it. Hold on, I'll take you into a bit of a story. My sister, my oldest sister, had three different kids by 3 different dads. I was in my mid to late teen. I was 13 when she had her first kid. And I think I was about 17 when she had her third. But for the most part, off and on through the early development of those 3 babies, I was the only stable man in their lives. I was Uncle Robert. I actually lived with my sister for many years off and on, helping her take care of the kids while she was being a single mom. Well, one time when she was living in Alabama and she was dating this guy, and it was going to be a night out. I don't remember where my nieces and nephews were at the time, but I know I was invited along. And we went over to one of the stops was at some friends of her boyfriend at the time. And this was in Alabama, and it middle of winter. It was about 10 below zero. And there was this like 5 or 6 month old miniature poodle puppy outside with a very short haircut in those temperatures. There was a couple other dogs on the property that were bigger dogs that could handle the weather. And it was a friendly little shit. And while we were sitting there waiting for them to answer the door, I was playing with this puppy. They answered the door, and I noticed behind the people that there were dog toys inside of the house. So I knew that the dogs were allowed in the house. So I took the puppy in with me because, I'm here almost 10 years younger than anybody else there. And so really didn't have anything to talk with him about. So while my sister, and I was trying to, kind of stay hidden in the background anyways, because my sister and her boyfriend, trying to let them do their thing. But the homeowner wound up making some kind of a comment about how much that puppy loved me, and I made, you know, same kind of comment that 90% of y'all have made of, oh yeah, it's a wonderful little puppy. I'd love to have a little dog like this. Well, the homeowner said, well, good, take him. And I'm like, what? So, because of making that flippant, whatever the fuck comment about, yeah, I'd love to have a little puppy like this. I got a little puppy like that. And it was kind of funny calling my dad and being like, I've got a poodle. But he was the most amazing dog in the world. Super intelligent. I wound up going to college and taking him with me. And while I was in college, I had some massive seizures. Um, I was I was having 15-minute plus grand mal seizures in ICU. The hospital couldn't stop them. They literally called my parents and were like, hey, if you want to see your son alive, you better get here now because he's not walking out of this hospital. And that's what they told my parents. And I wound up in a coma for a while after the seizure stopped, more or less. But I was in a coma. My college roommate that I had at the time, I know his first name was Evan. He sweet talked a nurse in the ICU and convinced her to let him bring my dog into the room. And he did. He snuck my dog in under his trench coat. And that nurse turned and acted like she was fiddling with machines and shit. So she wasn't physically seeing what was happening. And he turned that dog loose on my bed. And I started coming out of it. I actually remember that dog on my bed. And that brought me out of a coma. That little dog saved my life. And, I mean, honestly, I was getting back into searching coins. Specifically pennies. And I was going through pennies when he died in my living room. And I was sitting there trying to resuscitate him and everything else. It about made me give up on coins completely. Had I not been looking at those pennies so much, trying to find errors and varieties, would I have noticed that something was wrong with my dog? You know, he saved me. Did I fail him? It's kind of one of those things, you know? But, like I said, I grew up with alcoholic parents. I was never a drinker. But after I lost my dog, now I'm kind of a drunk. And it sucks. But the coin community has helped. I mean, there's still a lot I've got to get over. But you guys help every day. Sorry. Didn't mean to open up like that, but now shit happens. And as long as I am single without children, I'll never have another pet. Cat, dog, fucking lizard. I don't care what it is, I'm not gonna have another pet. get too attached to them. No, sorry for laying that out there, but I feel I trust y'all, and I think after this stream, I'm gonna probably try to delete this one if I can figure out how. Because I said too much. Honestly, Roseanne, it's been close to 3 years now. It was a chocolate silver miniature poodle named Hershey. Beautiful little dog. Yeah, I had to get help from my half brother and my neighbor to dig the hole. Because I couldn't do it. Sorry, I'm a Scorpio. I get pretty emotional about things that I love. And I'm, in a way, kind of like a rock. It takes a lot of time to wear off those sharp edges. Yeah, it'll be a long time to get over him, but I need to really work on it so that I can cut back on my drinking because this shit's getting out of control. I mean, I could be up with you guys until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Get up at like 8 or 9, and I could crack open a beer and start drinking on it. And that's not healthy. It's not good. But unfortunately, I'm not in a place to break that habit right now. It's you get in a routine, And sometimes the routine's a downward spiral. The coin community's keeping my head above water. Well, I guess you're keeping my head and shoulders above water. Let's put it that way. If it wasn't for the coin community, I mean, I could still keep my head above water, but the coin community at least keeps my head and shoulders above water. You know, it gets shitty at times. I apologize. I vented and put any of that on you guys. Sorry for that. That's now done with. Has anybody been fishing recently? Still showing 6 people in here. I see Roseanne and Tupac is all. Maybe Marley and T might still be in here in Dreadpool. Is anybody still in here? Or am I just in the background and you're giving me watch time because you love me? I'm guessing that's what it is. Y'all just have me in the background. Well, I really appreciate that. Just the fact that you guys showed up, hung out with me for a while. Dreadpool. Right on, brother. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. William, you come over here. I'll take you fishing and I'll make sure you catch some fish. Love you, Roseanne. You don't give John too much of a hard time. In fact, Roseanne, you better send me an invitation when you and John get married. I better be invited to that wedding. But, William, I don't have your phone number. I do have Dreadpool's number, so I think I'm going to get off of here and call and talk to Dreadpool for a little bit. Rocky Mountain Bear. Thank you, brother. Thank you for lurking. I wish you would have been hanging out and chatting with us a little bit, but I sure do appreciate you showing up. Not William. I don't like email. I like phone calls. I know, Tupac. Yeah, it can be broken. It's mind over matter. I did stop smoking for a while. About 6 months, actually. And unfortunately, I had an acquaintance that wasn't really a friend that more or less got me started again. So, yeah, Roseanne, just I understand. But I mean, if he's not ready, just give him a little bit of time. He'll come around. He'll he'll eventually, no matter what, he's gonna see what he's got. He'll come around. Just give him a little bit of time. Not too much time. Now, if he takes too long, Rocky Mountain Bear, I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado. Brother, if you want to come down here and meet up, I'll any knowledge that I've got's your knowledge. If you want to know it, you just ask. If I know it, I'll tell you. And if I don't know it, I'll help you find the information. Especially when it comes to edible wild mushrooms. Oh man, I'm totally down. I know a lot of edible wild mushrooms. And actually, I found a species of truffle on the Grand Mesa here in Colorado. Now, that was, I want to say, about 6 months before I had my seizures. Or wait. No, it was about 6 months after my first seizures. And I can't remember where I found them. But I was up on the Grand Mesa here in Colorado, and we went up there. I went up there with a neighbor of mine, and we were going to go fishing, and we forgot to buy worms. So we wound up there with no bait. And so I kind of just went off in just to the edge of the woods and started scrounging around looking for worms. And I wound up finding truffles. I mean, they were fucking legit truffles. And I gathered about maybe 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces of them, and had them in a Ziploc baggie, and wound up taking them home with me. And they were in my neighbor's fridge for I don't know how long. And then shit happened where I was living and I had to leave. And unfortunately, I can't remember where I found them. I can't remember what lake we were next to when I found those truffles. Because, as far as I know, they're not known. They're not recognized. Nobody knows of a truffle species from the Grand Mesa in Colorado. It wasn't a white truffle. It wasn't a black truffle. This thing was like chocolate, like milk chocolate brown with the white veins through it. It was crazy. And I wish I could find them again. I just don't know what damn fucking lake it was next to when I found them. Oh, damn, Roseanne, he's had 5 years? Ah. Come on, John. There you go, Tupac. Yeah, fucking take William out fishing. Teach him how to be a man. I've got to see those videos. Oh my god, I've got to see William taking a fish off of a hook. And then another video of William actually gutting a fish. Gotta see those. Rocky Mountain Bear. Yeah, those inky caps like that you found. When they're young, before they turn into the ink, they're great. But they are toxic, almost deadly toxic if you combine them with alcohol. You've got to be very careful when it comes to wild mushrooms. Inky caps are edible, but in combination, if you're an alcoholic like I am, they're almost deadly. So you really have to be careful with mushrooms when they're wild mushrooms on how they interact with something as simple as alcohol. You keep telling yourself that, William. You see that, William? Double thumbs up, buddy. You keep telling yourself that. Sorry. But yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear, anytime you want to come down here into Colorado, let me know, brother. I'm willing to meet up with you. And like I said, right now we've got a ton of delicious wild mushrooms growing in the higher country right now. Hell, at about 9,300 feet right now in a burn scar area, we could find black morels. Unfortunately, I don't know of anywhere on the western slope that I could get to that's 9,300 feet in a burn scar with my car. So I'm probably not going to find any morels this year. Tupac can catch some fish, but he's not eating them. He can clean them, but he ain't eating them. Wow, Rocky Mountain Bear. That's awesome, brother. Like I was telling everybody earlier, I grew up with alcoholic parents, and I was against alcohol for a long time. I might have had, an occasional beer, or a couple glasses of wine or something, but I really wasn't interested in getting drunk or having a buzz off of alcohol. I was a pothead. After my dog died, shit changed. And now I'm just a fucking drunk. But, shit is what it is. someday I'll get over it, something will come into my life that'll force me to focus on something positive and everything will change. But until then, Rocky Mountain Bear, yes. There are so many mushrooms that look so similar. It can be very difficult. That's why when you know of mushrooms that are like that, you have to look into the other identifying factors. Like, the color of the flesh, and does it darken? Once exposed to oxygen. What color is the spore print? And if the spore print is the same color, then you might have to go microscopic and look at the actual shape of the spore. I've never done that. If there's species that are that close and I can't properly identify them, I just, at the point that I'm at right now with my knowledge, I'm like, not even going to mess with them. I know probably at least 24 species on site that are edible. That I know for a fact, if I see that mushroom, I know I can eat it safely. And I know at least 24 species that fall into that category. There are so many that I don't know, but I want to learn. But I also have books that will help me. And, most of that just takes finding something that you're not familiar with. You take it home and you start looking at it. You're like, okay, well, does it have gills? Okay, it's got gills. Okay, well, do the gills connect to the stalk? Or do they connect to the cap and not to the stalk? That's a different thing. Okay, well, if they connect to the stalk, do they run down the stalk? Or do they just connect to the stalk? There is no universal anything when it comes to mushrooms that you could say that's a safe mushroom. You can't say that shelf mushrooms that grow on a tree are safe. You can't say that there's no generalization when it comes to wild mushrooms. There's no generalization that is safe. You have to know what you are consuming. Period. Because in every generalization, there's at least one that's either going to make you sick enough that you fucking wish you didn't eat it, or when it comes to certain species, it'll probably kill you. The United States has only about 6 or 7 mushrooms that will kill you outright if you eat them. Most of them will just make you wish you hadn't eaten them. Whether you're throwing up or having diarrhea or insane gastrointestinal cramps. Or all 3 at the same fucking time. That can happen. But it won't kill you. But there are 6 or 7 different species that will fucking kill you. So you better know what you're eating. Because a couple of those deadly species look really similar to edible ones. So you've got to do your research. You've got to collect specimens. You've got to cut them in half and look at their internal structure. You've got to collect other specimens, and you've got to take spore prints and look at the color and the distribution of the spore print. When it comes to trying to learn mushrooms, you really need to put the effort forth, or you're going to regret it in the long run. I mean, I spent a lot of years and a lot of money on books and just hiking around, finding different mushrooms, and taking one or two samples home and looking through my mushroom books to try to figure out what the hell I had found. I know a lot of them now, but there's so many out there that I don't know. It just takes going out and finding them and looking them up in a book. But once you know them, you know them. And that's going to keep people alive when shit hits the fan. Wow. I think I'm down to 2 people in chat. Who's still here with me? Yes, Rocky Mountain Bear, you definitely need to get into that club. Yeah, Tupac, or Tupac, Tupac, those habits do die hard. Now you're making me want to go out and get another cigarette. Oh, Rocky Mountain Bear, you've got what you think are oyster mushrooms? Rocky Mountain Bear, let me Rocky Mountain Bear, let me give you my other email address, the one that I check normally, and please send me some pictures. Yeah, please send me some pictures to that. Because if they're oyster mushrooms, oyster mushrooms are pretty easy to identify, even from a picture. Might take 2 or 3 pictures, you know. You got to take a picture of the mushrooms growing on the tree or whatever. You know, you got to get a good picture of the cap with, so you know what color it is and everything, and you've got to get a good picture of the underside so you can see either the veins or the porous surface or whatever the underside is. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear. I mean, they might be oyster, but oysters you should be able to pick off a piece and smell it, and it really should have somewhat of it's a really different smell. You can say it's fishy, but I mean, it's really not technically fishy, but you can definitely smell that fishy like smell with it. Something that's way different than a mushroom normally would smell like. And if it follows all the other criteria and it's got a similar scent like that, then most likely you do have oysters. And oysters are actually quite common throughout the world. Good night, William. Much peace and love, brother. I'm going to be getting off of here soon myself. About time for me to head to bed, take a couple more hits off this pipe, maybe smoke half a cigarette or so. But yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear. Hey man, you ever want to come to West Central Colorado? Hit me up. We can go do all kinds of shit, whether it be, well, depending on the season. We can't necessarily look for mushrooms most of the year, but lots of crystals and fossils and all kinds of other cool shit to find out here. I bet you do, Tupac. I bet you got plenty of packages sent out tomorrow. Well, y'all, I love you all for being here. I know we've got Rocky Mountain Bear and Tupac and William. Let's see. Who's the other one or two people in here? I want to say goodnight to everybody, but I don't know who all's in here right now. But yeah, it's almost 1:30 in the morning here, and I know for some of you, like where Tupac is, that's almost 2:30 in the morning. So it's getting very late. I love the fuck out of you guys for being here and hanging out with me. Um, Hopefully I can figure out eventually how to get somebody else up on Streamlabs that's streaming from a different device. And if I can figure that out, that'll be awesome. But until then, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I hope you have an amazing night. I hope you sleep the best sleep you've ever had and dream the sweetest dreams. I really hope that the same thing happens for me. Because those sweetest dreams when you're sleeping deep are just amazing. But anyways, yes, I hope everyone in here has an amazing night. And if for some reason you have to leave your house, pay 10 times more attention than you think you need to everything around you. Please make sure that you make it home safe. Because y'all are my family and I love y'all. So just make sure you're safe and make sure you have a good night. I'll see most of y'all tomorrow somewhere, somehow, some way. Good night, guys.